you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Care if I join you?
Sure. Come on.
Thanks. Wow. So, what have you had going on lately?
Wow. A lot. I have like a full plate. You know, my kids. You know, I have 3 boys, right? Well, they're not boys anymore. They're men. And they're heading out into the world. And now I'm kind of really trying to figure out who I am and what I want with being just me here. And, you know, still living up to that mother role, you know, from a distance.
Yeah. Wow. Full plate is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds like, I mean, the journey sounds like a really wonderful thing, but also maybe a little overwhelming.
Definitely overwhelming. Yeah.
Well, I know that we've talked about whole health before and talked about maybe like balance in your life, a work-life balance a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you care to talk a little bit more about how some of those whole health principles can help in times of stress and when you're feeling a little unbalanced or full plate?
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, of course. So one of the things that we talk about in whole health is values.
Okay.
And values are the things that we spend our time on, our energy, sometimes money, things that are really important to us. And in whole health, we categorize values into 2 categories. One is ideal values, and those are the long-term values. For example, I value my health so that someday I can play with my grandkids. And then we also have operational values, and those are the shorter term, what matters right now to me. And that might be, I value spending time with my family and that connection we have, and that includes getting together and eating a lot of food that maybe we shouldn't eat or something.
Yeah.
So, does that make sense to you the way I describe values?
Yeah, definitely. So like those right now values and then those larger values that are kind of overarching and long term.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So can you think of any that you'd like to share with me, values that you have, that you hold?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Now that you put it in that terms, yeah, I can. Let's see. So for the right now, for me, that connection with my kids is really important. And I guess those are the operational, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that connection with my kids are really important, and it's really something that right now is you know, a FaceTime or maybe a text message or maybe a short trip just to spend time. But then I also really value my free-spiritedness and my ability to kind of just go where the wind takes me. And then I guess for those umbrella, the overarching, I guess the ideal ones is what you said.
Yeah.
So those are really health. Yeah, I do want to be there for my kids and my grandkids. Like that really resonated with me. And then my independence is just really important to me because it pushes me through, you know, obstacles and barriers. And, you know, being alone now with my kids gone, it's something that is going to be huge in my life, and I really want to embrace it.
Sure. So connection with your kids, free-spiritedness, and then also long-term health and independence. All of these things sound really important to you.
They are, yeah.
So thinking about that, and maybe even some other values that you might hold, have you ever had a time where you felt like you weren't living up to your highest values, or maybe even where you had 2 values that were important to you but they were in conflict with each other? I can give you an example.
Okay.
Maybe like, I really need to clean the garage and having this organization is important to me. I also need to sleep because I've been working a lot all week long.
Yeah.
So these are 2 values that are in conflict. So sleep and rest or organization. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you've experienced that, it
I
sounds
could
like.
relate.
Yeah? Care to share?
Yeah, sure. So work is important to me. You know, I love what I do. I'm really passionate about what I do, and you know, work is never done. I want to be successful at my job, at my career. And it really kind of bleeds over into this time for me, and me really taking time to live this journey and figure out what I do want and who I am right now in this new defined role of independence. And, you know, they're in direct conflict all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Okay. So you love your work. I can tell
I do.
by the way you talk about it. And that strong work ethic
Yeah.
and that success is really important to you.
Yeah.
and you really value time to spend time with yourself, take care of yourself, and you not only value that, but you need it
Yeah.
in order to go through this journey in a healthy way. So it sounds to me like work and work ethic is kind of in conflict with self-care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you identify this normal in your everyday, because it sounds like it happens a lot, how do you deal with that? How do you handle that?
Right now, horribly. But I think about it now, and I guess since they're now like identified, I can see it clearly. I think going forward, I definitely will try to set a time to end work. You know, even if I set an alarm to use to make sure it's a significant, this is done right now. Now we're into me time, you know, and really setting aside that time to go on this journey and explore and spend that time with myself so I can find out what I want, where I want to be with this newfound independence, if you will, and really be able to have one and the other live kind of in harmony with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still being able to do both things, but creating a healthy boundary for yourself.
Yeah.
And out of kindness and self-compassion, I hear, too.
Yeah, because I don't want to get down on myself, like when I don't stop working or when I do stop working and, you know, stuff is left undone, and just realize it can be done tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what are you taking away from this conversation today?
Wow. I've never really had anybody like explain values, and really helped me identify what mine are. So it was really important to do that and to really figure out that I can be a mom from a distance. I can also work and be successful, as well as go on this journey with me and do all three, and really give myself equally to all three, and have that balance, and be able to live and flourish, you know, with all the things that are important to me in my life and those values that I hold.
Well, gosh, you sound pretty confident going forward.
Wow, I am. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was really great seeing you.
Oh, so good to see you.
And thanks for letting me join you. I guess my break is over, so I'll get back to work now.
Okay, take care.
Take care.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.